Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. This is the MLB Odds Couple over Wednesday, May 18th. We got a few day games. I'm Peter Loshak. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner, who's coming off of yet another profitable day. Mike Brenner, you're going to have your ups and downs. You're having more ups and downs, and right now your record is your ROI is back up to about 7.5%. Let's throw the record up. Fans can see for themselves. Our viewers can see for themselves. That is just an impressive record. Mike Brenner, congratulations on another winning night last night.
Oh, thanks, Pistol Pete. You know, I would have been 4-1 yesterday. I'm sitting there watching, and Texas Rangers come back in the eighth. All of a sudden, they give up a grand slam, Pete, in the ninth inning. What are you going to do? A walk-off grand slam. But if I'm going to lose, I'd rather lose that way. I actually chuckled and laughed and said, what the hell? But my three winners were run lines. One of them was plus 174, the Tigers. And so it did. Came out on top again in MLB. And, I don't know.
Although we actually had to give you plus 170 on that one, I think was the line. But it was
174.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay,
174.
I'll
wait, maybe it was after the. You're right, but that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
The point is, you're doing well, super well. And how you feeling about this card, Mike Brenner? Because I'll tell you, I haven't. Most of the games I'm not really liking at all, but there's one play I'm loving. How you feeling in general?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good about one or two of them, and then one really shot out, but then it kind of bounced back. So I don't know. It's one of those days where I said, wait a minute, I better listen to my gut. But the one I really like, and if you want, we'll just get right into it, Pistol Pete.
Go
Let's
ahead.
cash some tickets. I like Detroit to keep this momentum up. They cashed for me yesterday. Verlander on the mound. All right, the same thing. I used to fade Hughes and made a lot of money yesterday. It worked again. Well, Nolasco's on the mound today, and when he was in Miami, I used to fade that guy. Nothing personal against him, but I made a lot of money, so I'm going to go for it again today. Full game run line was plus 130, and I'm also going to do the first half run line. I'll give the opener.
Full game, well, it opened at 137, but right now we're going to have to give you 127.
Okay, well, I'll take that, Pistol Pete. Stealing 3 cents out of my pocket, you bastard, but that's all right. All right, so I'll go with Pinnacle for the first half run line opener, right?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Oh, no. Well, the first half run line, we actually have, we can quote lines.
Oh, we have it. Okay, what is it?
First half run line minus 115.
I love it. I'm
Across
taking
the board.
it. Taking it. Detroit minus 115 first half run line and full game run line plus 127.
I'll tell you, it's funny what you say about Loshak. I can tell you a little story that has to do with money management and bet sizing. I too used to fade Nolasco, mostly very successfully. But I'll never forget it. There was one time when I bet the team total over going against him, and I bet too much. I bet.
It wasn't a nibble. It was a bite.
It was an inappropriately large bet. You shouldn't have done it.
There's no large bet that's inappropriate, Pete.
No, and it lost.
Okay, well,
and it burned me so bad that I learned my lesson, and now I will forever associate Ricky Nolasco with why you need to, always bet size appropriate.
And now I'll always associate inappropriate bet only when you lose. When you lose, it's inappropriate. When you lose,
that's the key. That's the tricky part. Is that even when you win,
it was a learning lesson for you. Probably.
Yes,
I'm sure it'll never, forget it. So.
All right. So that's a nice play for you, Mike Brenner. 2 plays on Detroit. Let's go with my play that I'm loving.
I want to hear this one. You said just jump right out at you.
And I also bet this one huge, but I bet it appropriately huge.
Okay.
The over 8.5 in White Sox and Houston. Fister and Latos on the mound. It's minus 120 right now at the Greek and minus 121 at Pinnacle. So I'll take minus 120 at the Greek. I had the White Sox over yesterday, which cashed. I tweeted that one out. I also love the Seattle-Baltimore over yesterday, which did cash, and I'm feeling similarly about this one. I expect this one a little bit more. That might be my only play on the day, but I'm okay with that because it's a big one.
You know why I like it? Because, and I'm not kidding, it must be the day for talking about the fades. The other one I faded for a couple of years was Doug Fister. Really? So yes, and I made some money on that. So I think you're on track there, Pistol Pete.
We got 2 near auto fades from past years going in this one. Latos and Fister, and a modest total 8.5. I'm over. All right, I'm over. I'm on that one. All right, what else do you have for us, Mike?
Okay, well, you know what I like today? I like the Marlins early on the money line, minus 110. I don't know if that's still available. It was Heritage, I believe. At the Greek. Okay, I'm going to take that. Kohler's on the mound. He's nothing to write home about whatsoever with a 5 ERA. But Hellickson, who kind of straightened it out a little, he's got over a 4 ERA, and I just don't think he's as comfortable as people may have thought he was the first couple outings.
Right.
And again, Philadelphia coming back down to earth, but playing damn good ball. Right?
I got burned yesterday. I took Miami yesterday.
You know what? And I almost took them and I didn't, but I sat back and went, wait a minute. Philadelphia, here's the deal that blows me away, all right? They're 23-17 despite allowing 30 more runs, Pistol Pete, 30 more runs than they have scored.
Right.
And we talked about it. This team is in one-run games like it's nobody's business. So sooner or later, that ship has got to start sinking. And I'm thinking, thinking today it's going to damn start sinking. So I'm going with it, taking the Marlins. Kohler on the mound, maybe he can straighten out. Nice. Donnie Mattingly to get into the heads of these guys, and Stanton, Giancarlo Stanton, going deep today, baby.
I think you're right. I think the time to bet against Philly is not necessarily when they're a big underdog and facing a great starter, but when you're not having to pay a big line and you're just letting the lineup
exactly.
Wow, that's a nice one, Mike Brenner. You might have a
matter of fact, I just talked myself into a run line. What's the run line on that, Pistol Pete?
The run line is not that huge. We can give you plus 150.
Plus 150, not that huge. That's pretty good return.
Yeah.
I'm taking it. Bang for your buck. Plus 150 on the run line and the money line.
All right.
Only 2 plays
money
on
line
that.
minus 110, run line plus 150.
Absolutely,
all right.
Pistol Pete.
Well, let's see. Some other interesting.
You got me fired up today. I don't know why.
We got a doubleheader, Boston KC. You had a loser with Boston.
Yes, I did. And I really thought that they. Again, people jump on. Maybe I did. Maybe I jumped on the back a little bit. The bats were coming alive. Again, their defense and their pitching, they're having the issues. So, lesson learned, have to step away because my gut says jump on again today. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and I'm tempted to take the KC team total under with David Price, but I'm going to hold off on that because with doubleheaders.
David Price, you never know what. Well, then again, he had a gem last time out. Matter of fact, he had a gem. He's on the mound today.
The problem with doubleheaders is, especially with second games, I would never bet them or give a pick without knowing what the first game is, without knowing what the bullpens did, without knowing what the lineups are.
Look at the Cubbies in that doubleheader they lost last week. I think you lose interest.
Doubleheaders can be very tricky. Nice profits, but they can be very tricky. All right, are those all your picks?
No, I've got one other, and it is the Cubbies on a bounce back, and they need it. And even though Lackey has his road woes, and he does, trust me, his ERA does a frickin' 180 compared to when he's on the road. All right, but I'm not real big on Nelson either. Jimmy Nelson, I believe, is on the mound for Milwaukee. Now, LaCroix and Braun have been absolutely representing what Milwaukee looked like. Remember 4 years ago when this team was dangerous, Corey Hart and stuff? Well, they're the only two that are left from that squad, but they're absolutely killing it. But I think today the Cubs say, wait a minute, this losing shit, I don't like this, all right? They're not used to this little slump they're in. So I think they're too well managed. They got too much talent on that team, and it doesn't matter what ballpark. John Lackey's going to get some offensive help today, and he's going to straighten out his road woes. All right, Cubbies are bouncing back. Run line is even at Heritage. Is it still?
Let's see. For the Cubs, we're going to have to give you minus 103.
All right, it was even. I'll take it. Pinnacle minus 103 on the run line. I know that one opened
it plus 106, getting bet down.
Yeah, and I like it. I like Rizzo to go deep today. I like this team to come out clicking, and I'm feeling it, Pistol Pete. That's my other play. That's all I got today.
All right, so
that's 5 plays.
You got 5 plays. Review your plays.
All right, let's do it. Detroit today with Verlander on the mound. First half run lines minus 115. Full game run lines plus 127. I'm taking the Marlins today on the money line minus 110. Talk myself into a run line gem plus 150 on the run line. And my 5th play is the Cubbies on the run line minus 103. Straightening out the ship. Cashing tickets for you and I in MLB.
Right.
Pistol Pete.
And I'm going to have just one play for now. Houston and the White Sox.
Well, how'd you do on the second half tweets, and how's that all going? You seem a little low energy
today.
No.
I tweeted my tweets yesterday cashed overall. Okay. I don't remember exactly what they were, but I had some nice winners. I think I made a couple units on the tweets overall. On the Cleveland NBA game, I had to pass on that one, though. Because
I had 2 guys that wanted your information.
P. Loshak.
Keep asking it. I keep giving it to them.
P. Loshak. P-L-O-S-H-A-K.
Pistol
Twitter,
Pete.
baby.
Women love them and men want to be like them.
And for today, I might have some as things become clear. I'll probably have more than one play on for MLB for tweets. But for now, just going to give the one play. Houston White Sox, but I'm really liking that one.
Okay, sounds good, Pistol Pete. I'm a little surprised. I thought you'd be all over Detroit today. I really did. When I got to the office, I said, Pistol Pete's going to be all over Verlander. And you even told me you used to fade Nolasco. So why are you not jumping on board here?
It's just but first of all, you might be right. You're probably right, and I'm probably wrong.
It sounds like a Billy Joel song or something.
It just might be. It's a high line. It's a minus 160, minus 155. And Minnesota. I feel like Minnesota. It's actually a good question, Mike Brenner. I feel like Minnesota, they've been terrible. They've been losing, but I feel like they are going to, I feel like they've been underachieving and they're going to turn around because their offense has been productive. They have been scoring, and Detroit has a bullpen that just can blow up at any time.
This is true. This is true. One thing about Minnesota, very well managed, Paul Molitor. That guy is the real deal. He was a great ball player.
So when you combine the line, when you combine Minnesota's lineup, and they're underachieving, and when you combine Detroit's bullpen, it's just I wanted to stay off it.
Okay, makes sense.
But,
I had to ask,
yeah.
though. My dad always said the
Yeah.
only stupid question, Pistol Pete's the one you don't ask.
But one thing that you're doing that's great, as I've said in our periscopes and stuff, is that whether you're betting on Detroit or against Detroit this year, take underdog lines. Because there's high volatility. If they win, they're probably going to cash the run lines.
And that
if they
came to fruition yesterday, did it not? Yep.
So I think that I certainly don't disagree with your plays. I expect to be clicking more winners in my spreadsheet that tracks all this. Mike Brenner, 7.5% ROI, 5 nice picks today, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday card.
Let's get it done again, Pistol Pete.